So, yeah. Welcome to the complete Simpleton podcast, episode 11.
Good morning.
Yeah, and a happy month of Adar, the month of joy. We're now going back. We took a little, what do they call it? Swivel. We went away from what we were originally talking about, and now we're coming back to it.
Yeah, we went away from originally from what we was talking about in honor of
Rabbi Itkin, right? In honor.
in memory.
In honor also. In honor of the memory.
In honor of the
of
memory.
Rabbi Itkin ben Meir. Yep. And so we brought something that was really very much about obviously Yisrael and the very powerful teaching. So we're going back now. This is what is it? Base, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this
is back. We were in the middle of talking about
it. And this is talking about davening. Right. So first of all, we're going to do a little recap. It talks about that the weapon of Mashiach, right, is davening.
Yeah, davening. Yeah.
Davening. That's his sword.
This is
yeah. This is Torah base. It looks like
no, but
that's some base.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
Well, Aleph was also about davening.
Yeah.
Aleph was about limud Torah and davening. So this one we're talking about that's his weapon.
Yes.
Right, and this is why it's called, right? We know in Tehillim it says cherev pifiyah. It's a two-edged sword.
This is our weapon to kill the. This is not his weapon.
It's also Mashiach's weapon.
Oh, right? Mashiach. Yeah.
And it's we're using the weapon. We're using a Mashiach weapon.
Yes.
When we daven, and this is cherev pifiyah, right? Because cherev pifiyah means a double-edged sword. Why? Because davening has two things of it. Well, one is shivchei shel makim,
and one.
How do you say, like praising the God?
Praising the location.
Yeah, praising the location. praising the place is a whole different thing. Why it's called the but you know, if you take like Yud Kei Vav Kei, whatever it is, and you do each letter times itself, it comes out to Makim.
Yeah.
But and then also asking for what you need. Davening also, like I ask for stuff that I need. Yeah. Okay, so then it says, somebody who has this sword, who merits this sword, he has to make sure that he uses it properly.
Yeah, because if you have a little bit of a swerve to the right or to the left, you're in trouble.
Right, and it says to the point where you hit it like on a hair.
Yeah,
and all now through mishpat, right? Mishpat technically means like what is mishpat? What's a good word for mishpat? Judgment, right? Because judgment, right? Judging is you're judging not too much kindness, not too much strength, but judgment is in middle.
All right.
Right. Recap. And what's mishpat? What is mishpat called? What do we know mishpat is tzedakah, giving is charity. And that's why it's so important to give tzedakah before davening. Before you pray, you give charity. Why? Because charity is judgment, is mishpat, and it makes sure that your sword of prayer hits perfectly. And furthermore, that he says that
all the distractions in the middle of davening coming from destroying the judgment.
Yeah, from not having from the judgment, not the judgment. So
spoiling the judgment.
Yeah, spoiling. Yeah, cool. Yeah, spoiling. And when you have giving tzedakah, obviously it helps the judgment so that it should you should have less and
everybody needs to tie himself, connect himself to the tzaddikim of the door.
Yeah,
because every tzaddik of the door is on the same concept and level of Moshe Rabbeinu,
right, which is Moshe Mashiach, right? So every tzaddik is Mashiach.
As we see in the Gemara that the Tanoim was calling each other Moshe Shapir Komat, even though
Moshe, good, well said, Moshe. Yes. Well said, Moshe. Because why? Because tzaddikim, the righteous people of our generation, right? The righteous sages, they are the extension of Moshe. So they are an extension of Mashiach, and like we said before, that the davening, it's a Mashiach weapon. It's Mashiach's weapon that we're using. We're using a Mashiach weapon. So therefore, if you want to use the Mashiach weapon,
to give energy for Mashiach.
Yeah. So therefore, you got to connect yourself to Mashiach.
Right, and this is where we're holding. All right.
Yeah.
וכל התורה שאדם לומד לשמור ולעשות. And every single word of the Torah that the person is learning to keep and to do. כל האותיות הם ניצוצי נשמות, והם נתלבשים בתוך התפילה ונתחדשים שם בבחינת דיבור. And all of this letters,
every letter, yeah.
They are sparks of souls of people. And they are getting dressed in the davening, and they're getting freshness. They are
Yeah, refreshed. Yeah.
Renewed.
Yeah.
In a
way like a fetus.
not
a fetus.
like pregnancy.
Like a fetus, yeah.
Yes.
Like a, yeah. Right.
כמובן בגלגולים שכל הנשמות באים מתוך המלכות בבחינת עיבור ונתחדשים שם. גלגולים, זה ספר הגלגולים.
Right. The book of Gilgulim. What? And the Neshamis, they come from Malchus,
From kingdom,
which
royalty.
Right, which kingdom we know is the lowest of the 10 spheres, and that's where the next set comes out of the lowest one of the spheres. But what's interesting also, so why Malchus? What does that have to do with this? Because davening is speech. Speech also is Malchus. Malchus is like a king. How does a king? A king is he gives commands. He gives either verbally or written. But it's a king is you don't really have the king. You have his words. So this is kingship is.
And this is what the pasuk of Tehillim is saying. Hashomayim mesaprin kvod el. The skies are telling you the honor of God.
Yeah.
The covet, the honor, not honor.
The glory,
respect,
the
glory,
honor,
the respect. Ainu, Torah, שהוא אש ומים. Meaning the Torah. The Torah is the Shemayim. Because the Torah is basically fire and water. Ainu b'chinat neshamot.
Right.
Meaning it's on the level of neshamas. Yeah. ובאים בתוך התפילה, שהוא בחינת כבוד אל. And they are coming from within the davening. That is on a level of the glory and the respect of God. כמו שכתוב, שימו כבוד תהילתו. It says in the pasuk, put honor for his glory,
right?
For his fame,
for his
בחינת
תהילתי, for his praise,
for his praise. בחינת תהילתי אחתם לך. His praise will,
like I will, what's it called?
A sign for you.
Yeah.
והנשמות עם התפילה הנקרא כבוד, על שם שהיא מלבשת אותנו. On the, כי רבי יוחנן.
That's also the neshamis with, so kavod, so you have hashamayim, that's the heavens, right? But that's Torah, Eish and Mayim, fire and water. And they are coming from kavod kel. So why is it kavod? It's called kavod because when the souls connect with davening, they are called honor. They're called kavod.
Right.
Why? Just because we're dressing in the daven, like in a shot. Well, not our body, but our soul. When which is amazing because we're using a physical mouth to daven. But when we daven with our physical mouth, we're dressing our soul in the words of davening.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically, you're getting dressed. The davening is basically are putting clothes over us.
Yeah.
Over on
it's like we're in clothing on shaman.
כי רבי יוחנן קרא למען מכבדוסה. Rabbi Yochanan was calling whoever gave him kavod, I think.
Yeah.
ועל ידי זה נקרא כבוד אל. No, one second. רבי יוחנן קרא למענו מכבדוסה. What does it mean? It's למענו.
Lemana. I think lemana mechabdusta, who was being honored.
Oh, ועל ידי זה נקרא כבוד אל. ואין מאירים זה לזה. And through that, he got called the honor of God. And these are basically reflecting to each other. הנשמות מאירים לתפילה בבחינת העלאת מים נוקבין. מים נוקבין.
Yeah, it's the female waters.
Yeah. The neshama is basically reflecting light to the davening in a concept of bringing up the water of
the feminine waters, the female waters,
והתפילה מאירה לנשמות בבחינת חידושין. And the davening is reflecting back to the neshamas in a level of חידושים.
Renewal, bringing
לחדש אותם בבחינת עיבור, and they're basically renewing them in a concept of a fetus, והנשמות המולבשים בתפילה המובאות לצדיק שבדור הם בבחינת בתולות אחריה רעותיה מובאות לך. And basically, the davening were coming to the tzaddik. When you are connecting yourself to the tzaddik of the generation, and then you're davening with this connection, you're basically bringing more power to your representative.
Right.
In front of God. Yeah. Don't tell me, oh, you can't talk. You can talk to God to yourself. But la'avdil, if you go talk to the president,
like
if you go to the
beautifying of the bride, it's like a more beautiful.
You might be able to send a letter to the president, right? It's a concept, right?
You can send.
But what are you going to do then? Most likely, if they run out of toilet paper,
No,
they might use it.
Yeah, you never know. In this economy, the White House could run out of toilet paper.
For sure.
You never know.
Night out at 7, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. The point is, if you want to make an impact, you gather a group, signatures, gather up together letters, go to you, congressman, right?
Right. And if the congressman,
and then the congressman comes in and he gathers another congressman with them with another group, and then they go to the White House. They have power.
Not only that, I'll give you another one also.
Sure.
Let's say the congressman, he has a meeting with the president.
Right.
Right. And he doesn't even write anything to the president. He just hands him your letter and says, Mr. President, this is a letter from one of my constituents. I think it's a very
important one.
Important read. It's not so long. Read this one. I think it's important. The likelihood the president's going to read this.
For sure.
Okay. That's why, because it was given to him through somebody in Lahavdil.
Yes.
Of course, the Lahavdil.
So the same Lahavdil concept is when you're coming into to the Eibishter, you are still davening to the Eibishter, but you're also sending with a connection. You're like, you know what? In a way, with a reference.
Right. Yeah, with a reference.
I'm like, you're davening with a reference to this tzaddik. I like that.
Yeah. Listen.
My Rebbe is my reference.
Right. The business, how the business call works. Right. It's like Eibishter, my Rebbe told me to call you. Oh, he told me, right? Like, right. He said, we're name dropping.
And so you were thinking now the Eibishter for sending you the Rebbe, or the Rebbe for sending you the Rebbe? I'm confused.
Well, that's the Betzalel thing, right? Betzalel says like I think my Eibishter for giving me my Rebbe, and I think my Rebbe for giving me my Eibishter.
Nice.
So so this is the up to is the up to down, the down to up.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this is Shir Hashirim, Song of Songs. The whole thing is talking about. If you look on the surface, it sounds like a relationship between a man and a woman. Right. The love between a man and a woman. This is what it is. The neshama and the davening they're both malchus. One is the up to down malchus. One is the down to up malchus. And what happens when you have a relationship between a man and a woman? Right. So it makes the male gives something new.
Right.
And this new thing gets by the woman's body, it grows and turns into a child. So it becomes something new.
So basically those neshamas who are getting dressed with the davening, who are coming, our neshamas who we dress up with the davening, coming into the tzaddik of the door.
Yeah.
And they are in the concept of what it says in Tehillim of virgin came after our friends are brought to you.
Right.
וזה שאומר רבי בר בר חונה, חזינן להאי קברה. So, and this is what basically the Gemara said about Rabbi Bar Bar Chona. Is one of the Agadah of Rabbi Bar Bar Chona. Chazin like Kavre. Let's learn it. We have a little area. Omar Rabbi Bar Bar Chona. Zimne chad deave ka'azilinen besfinose. One time, there happened a story that we went in a little boat. וחזינן ההוא קברה, דיסבלי חלצה אגבה. And we saw a fish. I think Kavra is a fish.
Yeah, I think it was the fish. What was this fish? What did he do?
He had sand on his back.
Yeah.
And they were, this is Rashbam saying, דיסבלי חלצה אגבה, שהיה חול נקבץ על גבו, וקדח עשבים על החול, וסברינן יבשתי, Yami. And they saw a big fish that had some sand on it. And he had like
a ball, like a ball.
And it grew.
Oh, there was sand was growing like not sand, grass.
The grass
was growing out of
sand. Yeah. And we thought it's like an island.
Right. So that was like a big fish that this part of his back with sand and grass looked like an island.
Yeah. We made a little bonfire and we baked and we cooked on his back. And as we're cooking on his back, he got burnt.
The fish said,
"You're like, are you hitting me?" And he turned over. And if we were not so close to our boat, we were drowned.
Drowned, yeah, because he got thrown into the sea.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, and now he's explaining what he
Explain this
says. Yeah.
story. Yeah.
כי בגלותנו,
And now he's going to say he's going to talk about what is
what is
it
the
we saw
higher
this
level
fish?
of this story?
What is
Yeah.
this fish that we saw?
כי בגלותנו, כביכול, הקדוש ברוך הוא בהסתרת פנים. כמו שכתוב, הסתר פניך. הסתרת פניך. Basically, in our goal is, in a way, he says כביכול, allegedly,
Right,
because
it's
it's
not
not real.
really.
Yeah.
Hashem doesn't hide his
Allegedly, the Eibishter is in Esther Panim.
right,
he's
hidden.
in discover.
His face is like covered. Yeah, he's hidden.
שהוא בחינת, and it says in Pasuk, הסתרת פניך, that you hide your face from us. שהוא בחינות רחמים. And this is on the level and concept of mercy.
Mercy, yeah.
הוא פנה עורף and turned his back to you.
Yeah.
שהוא בחינות דין. That it's on the concept of judgment. That it's a harsh concept.
Yeah, that's just the turning over of the fair, yeah.
וכל תפילותינו ובקשתנו, על זה שפנה העורף אלינו, שיחזור את פניו. And all we davening and asking for him about him turning his back to us is like, please reveal your face. You know, like when lavdil, you keep talking about men and women and stuff. It's not lavdil. Actually, the Gemara.
It's really, that's man and woman down here is a reflection of this.
But I don't know. Sometimes it happens that come back from work or whatever, you woke up in the morning and the Rebbetzin, the wife, is not such in a good mood, and you said something when she's not in a good mood, and you know what? She didn't even understood what he said, but it's not the point. But she goes into the bad mood and she turns away the back to you, and all you're trying to do is like, come back here.
Turn around. Let's talk.
Face here. Like, what do you bury your face there? And this is all, when
not just that, until she turns around, there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, like come back.
Right? Meaning you can daven all you want, right? But it has to be the facing you.
But the davening
is asking to turn around.
Davening is asking to turn around.
Please turn around.
So
we can have a conversation. Yeah.
כמו שכתוב, and you can have a conversation and convince him like we'll do that. But all you want, no, it's not about like there's nothing to talk. You could have a conversation for him to turn around, but all you want is to turn around your face, because once she's turning around to your face, it's like, okay, that's it. From here on, it's melted.
Right, but I'm not even
when you can have a conversation.
When her back is to you, she might hear what you're saying. She's not listening.
She's listening. She's going to react, and she's going to say, I don't want it.
Yeah, why? Because it's din. As long as her back is to you, it's judgment to you.
Yes, but all you asking, it's not about like, oh, we can have a conversation. It's all I'm asking from you is please turn back to me.
Yeah.
Face me. Don't turn away from me. כמו שכתוב, פנה אליי, please face me, כמו שכתוב, יאר השם פניו, please,
this is in the Kahanim's blessing,
please, Hashem, light your face to us, וכשאנחנו רואים אורך הגלות, and when we see the lengths of the galus, ובכל יום אנחנו צועקים אליו, ואינם נושעים, and every day, we are screaming,
crying out,
for the Eibishter, ואינם נושעים, and we don't get salvation. ויש מעמנו בני ישראל, and there is people from our Am Yisrael, שטועים חס ושלום בליבם, that are, God forbid, mistaking in their heart, שכל התפילות הם לריק, that all the davening is for nothing, אבל באמת כל התפילות, הצדיקים, אבל באמת כל התפילות, but truly, all the davening, הצדיקים שבכל דור ודור, הם מעלים אותם ומקימים אותם, that all those davening, actually, the tzaddikim of this every generation and generation, they are bringing it up, reviving them, and bringing them up and building them up. כמו שכתוב, ויקם משה את המשכן. As it says, Moshe was building the Mishkan. He didn't hire people, he built it.
The Mishkan, like we said before, that the tzaddik in every generation is Moshe.
And he did the menorah, he did it himself.
Yeah.
Umalin kol, it's actually Pasha.
Yeah, it's right now. It's true. Yeah.
ומעלין כל שייפה ושייפה לדוכתם. And you build every brick and brick to the right place. ובונים קומתה של השכינה מעט מעט. And you rebuilding our connection with the שכינה slowly. עד שישתלם שיעור קומתה. And until it's going to be fully built, אז יבוא המשיח, and when we're going to finish building the Shechina, meaning rebuilding his pride and you know, making him standing proud of his people, אז יבוא המשיח. This is when the Mashiach is going to come. Dom Moshe, meaning Moshe. וישלים אותה, ויקים אותה בשלמות. And he's going to be basically, you know, doing the final touch-ups and cutting on the walls, you know.
But in the meantime, even though we think it's, we're in exile, nothing's happening, we're not getting saved, but really when we daven, the tzaddikim are bringing it up.
Let's finish this here.
And to
it's actually,
place.
We need to finish this.
Yeah.
וזה פירוש, חזין אלי קברה. And this is what it means when he says,
we saw
this fish. הוא בחינת צדיק הדור. This fish is צדיק הדור. הנקרא דג. זה בחינת משה משיח. The tzaddik of the door is called a fish.
Oh, so we saw this fish means we saw
זה בחינת משה משיח. And this is the concept, the bchina, the level of Moshe, who is the Mashiach, who is the Messiah. We don't have to say Messiah.
Messiah, yeah,
Christianity.
No, no, we should sue them for what do you call it? Trademark infringement.
The Yosef le chalse agabe, I know they had sand on his back, meaning the dove. I know התפילות שאנו מתפללים על זה שכביכול פנה עורף אלינו, the davening that we are meaning like, oh, you're turning our back on us. So he had the tzaddik basically had the davening on his back.
Yeah, the sand on his back because this is the davening.
Yeah. Yasvele. The Yasvele. Oh, Chalse Agabe, the Yasvele. Chalse Agabe Yasvele. He's changed a little bit of word, but the Yasvele basically says the Yasvele Chale Agabe. Yasvele, he was sitting, I knew להביאו את המשכן אל משה, כי צריך להביאו לקשר את התפילות העתיק שבדור. So basically, they brought it into it.
Yeah.
וכת חלה אגמה. היינו, הנשמות הבאים עם התפילה, מבחינת בתולות אחרי הראותה, כי הנשמות נקראים עשבים, כמו שכתוב, כי הנשמות נקראים עשבים, כמו שכתוב, רבבה כצמח השדה פתיחה. No, the sand is
davening, and the grass is the neshamas that are growing
came with the davening.
Yeah, that's the souls, yeah.
As it says,
like it says, right? Souls are called grass.
So basically the soul is like the grass, as it says in Yechezkel, revavo, like a billion.
Yeah.
What is a revavo?
It's like 10,000s. Yeah.
I made you to be such a big people, a lot of
like
people like the
grass of the field. Yeah.
When we saw that this tzaddik is the land.
Yeah.
I know, שהתפילות אינו עושה פירות. Oh, יבשת, like dry.
Oh, dry, like יבש.
Oh, שהתפילות אינן עושים פירות. And we thought that the davening,
it's not doing anything. What are we davening for?
אבל באמת אינו כן.
Right. Really, it's not so.
אלא סלקינן ואפינן ובשלינן. Meaning,
what was it? We cooked and we made fire.
We cooked, we baked, we made fire. היינו כל התפילות סלקינן ועולין. But the truth is that we thought that it's dry, but no, the davening going up. וכל מה שמרבין בתפילה. And as much as you getting more davening,
right, you're increasing the davening.
נבנה השכינה ביותר ומכינה את עצמה לזיווג. And she's getting ready to meet her mates, right?
Yeah, for mating.
For mating. וזה אפינן ובשלינן. כי האפייה הוא בישול למחנה להכינה, לבחינת זיווג.
So this is the cooking and the baking.
Yes.
Is the Shechina is preparing to connect with the neshamas down there.
Basically, baking and the thing is like preparing to eat, right? What preparing to eat is usually when before you're mating,
right?
You're eating, right? לבחינת זיווג, כמו שכתוב, כי אם הלחם אשר הוא אוכל, כשישתלם קומה של כל השכינה, היינו על ידי רוב התפילות, יחמרו רחמה ויתהפך מידת הדין למידת הרחמים. Basically, through the bread that he's eating, only the bread that he's eating, and when the shechina is going to fully rise up through this davening, then that he was going to have rachmanas on us and יתהפך מידת הדין למידת הרחמים, and then he's going to flip over,
and mercy,
and we're going to get saved because we're going to be.
Right. So really, it looks like the davening is high, but really it's cooking and going up. וזה כד חם.
And this is what he says. Oh, and it became hot. היינו כאשר יחמרו רחמיו. It's becoming warming up for us.
Yeah, when it became warm, yeah.
גם ביספך. Wow.
Then he flipped over.
Basically, I knew, once again, I did it too fast. Sorry, guys. I knew שהתהפך מידת הדין למידת הרחמים.
So in the beginning, when it was the back towards us, it was midas adin. It was stringency towards us. But then
then
through the
Katcha,
davening, heat it up,
and then the Sham is coming into there,
and it
Katcha,
flips over,
we got
meaning
warmed up
he
for
turns the
us.
face towards us.
Gabe Itapech, I know.
Turn his face to, yeah.
And if we're not so close to our sheep, I know, meaning, Lemani Esizot. As he said in Yeshayahu, for me, I will do that.
Yeah.
Midrash, the Eibishter says it. Who is going to be before me and I will pay him? Who is going to make it? Who is going to make a mezuzah if I is building a house?
Mezuzah, I didn't give him a house. What the deal?
נמצא שכל מעשים טובים שלנו וכל התפילות, הכל מאיתו. The outcome is that everything that we do is we're doing because of him. It's not because of him. He's doing it. He's making us doing it. ואין ראוי לחשוב לקבל שכר על שום דבר, and you cannot, you know what? You cannot teach your kids that you want to do the mitzvah because you're going to get sachar, because you don't. You want to do it because you want to do it for the Eibishter.
Not just that, it's even more. If you're doing the mitzvah, he already gave you.
Yep.
Right? This is the thing. In other words, the Abish is going to make me put a mezuzah on my house. What are you talking about? He gave you the house.
Yeah. נמצא שכל מעשים טובים וכל התפילות והכל מטוב, ואין ראוי לחשוב לקבל שכר על שום דבר, ואף על פי שנראה שעל ידי תפילתנו ותורתנו הוא יהיה הגאולה, אף על פי כן צריכים אנחנו לחסדו. Even though it seems like through the davening and learning, this is what it is.
Right, wait a second, we're the ones who do it. Our davening, our
no, we still need his
only daven because of him.
We still need his charity.
Yeah, his kindness.
Why? Because he said, Chassidus is charity. Chesed is charity.
A little bit, because charity sometimes comes from the middle ground.
שבחסדו יגאל אותנו. That his mercy is going to...
Yes, kindness.
His mercy is going to give us salvation. Another Christian word.
Sorry, mercy. Mercy is the kav emtzai.
Right.
Chesed is kav yamin altogether, even though we don't deserve it.
יגאל אותנו. He's going
to redeem us.
Redeem us. וזה אלוהים עיקר וספינוסה. And this is why if you're not
close to our ship,
זה בחינת חסד, כמו שאמרו חכמינו ז"ל, הספנין רובן חסידין.
Yeah.
נגמר that אלוהי חסדו תבין אין חסדו
שלנו. If we were not close to his kindness, i.e. the ship, we would have drowned in this exile, God forbid.
Should we finish up until...
yeah, we might as well. We have a couple of more minutes still.
וזה פירוש אמור אל הכהנים, and this is what it says,
say to the priests, yeah.
בחינת תפילה, כמו שכתוב, את השם אמרת היום. The concept of davening, כמו it says in the פסוק, אמור לכהנים, בני אהרון. את השם אמרת היום, כהנים הם בחינת תורה, בחינת נשמות כנ"ל, כמו שכתוב, כי שפתי כהן ישמרו דעתו ותורה, וכו'. Yeah? That's basically the Kohanim, they are the concept of Torah.
Yeah.
And souls, yeah? As he said, כי שפתי כהן ישמרו דעת ותורה. אהרון, בחינת משפט, כמו שכתוב, ונוסו אהרון את משפט בני ישראל. כי צריך להביא כל התפילות לבחינת מוישה משיח, והוא יקים את המשכן. Because we need to bring all the davening to the concept of Moshe Mashiach, to his level, and he is going to build the Mishkan. וזה פירוש רש"י, להזהיר הגדולים על הקטנים, היינו צדיק הדור, שהוא בחינת מוישה מאור הגדול, יזהיר ויעיר את התפילה, שהיא בחינת מאור הקטן. Basically,
so Aaron's doing the davening, right? Because Aaron is the idea of like we said, of judgment.
And he's reflecting.
But then Moshe takes that davening and brings it up.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, he brings it to Moshe, right? In other words, that's the whole thing of Emerald K&M, and they should bring to you, right? So that's the Aaron has to bring to Moshe, and then Moshe Mashiach brings it up.
ולנפש לא יתום באבו, היינו על ידי שמירת הברית כנ"ל, כמבואר בזוהר, יקרא דייצרא בישא על הריין.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
It's like the Shmiras HaBris Canal can move. Say Ikar the Yitzra Bisha al Rain. The main the main Yitzhahara is on is the shame on the on illicit relationships.
Yeah. והוא יקרא דמסואבוס, and this is the word, it's despite, the main despiteness. וכשישמור את הברית, זוכה לבחינת תפילה כנ"ל, וזוכה לבחינת אלתי אחתום לך. And basically, when through keeping the bris, the
covenant, the covenant.
What is covenant?
Meaning an agreement.
No, the
like
bris meaning no.
Shmiras
bris is the.
Are you talking about the actual bris? Yeah. You're talking about circumcision.
Yes. Basically keeping your holiness.
Yeah.
זוכה לבחינת תפילה, you actually were able to go to a deeper davening
Yeah.
concept, כנ"ל וזוכה לבחינת אלתי אחתום לך.
Right.
אחתום is the
The
nose,
doubles,
and it's
yeah.
also the חרב פיפיות.
Right, that's the
Right?
sword. That's
כי
the
עיקר
that's the
הריח,
thing that my davening will be a weapon for
כי
you
עיקר הריח תלוי בטהרה, and it's the nose and the smell is all depends
on purity.
on purity.
And we know
כמו
we know physically
Right,
that
right.
that when something is filthy,
you will
then
smell
then
bad.
it smells bad. So also spiritually it smells bad. So that's why being pure and being what
כמו שאמרו רבנו זיכרונם לברכה, in גמרא סייטה, משבוט לו הטהר, בוט לו הריח. Since the purity went away,
so the good smell, so the good smell to the Eibishter went away.
כמבואר מעשה בגמרא, שאמר ריחו דחניינוסה אני מריח.
Right, says
אמר להם, בלי טהר יש לך.
smell of what's chinun of chain.
Chain, yeah.
Of chain, I forget what was the word we used for chain? Now we forgot. What was the word? We had a good word. Grace.
Grace.
The smell of grace I smell. Which
Yes.
this is
אני מריח, אומר לי, בני טהר יש לך, you are having purity, you are holy.
Yeah. So this is the
And this is the completion of
base, and we're gonna move on in minutes next time to Gimel.
And so on and on. Thank you, everybody.
Happy month of Adar.
And guys, remember, the main thing is a choice. If you wake up in the morning, you could choose to be happy, or you could choose to marinate in soreness. So choose happiness.
Marinate in soreness.